TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, collecting emails, YouTube, Pinterest, which one is the best platform to be growing on? In this video, I'm drastically simplifying everything for you, and I'm going to show you exactly which social media platform you should be focusing on in 2022. And I'll also be telling you which one I'm going to be focusing on. Let's get right into it. You've got to pick one platform to grow on. Now, I've talked about this in so many different videos on this channel, but I'm gonna say this again. Most people never grow on social media because they're trying to grow on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram all simultaneously, but you have to focus on one platform. By focusing on building one platform at a time, so you need to know the different kinds of social media platforms and the pros and cons of each. So there's two kinds of social media platforms. First one is called the slow burn social media platform, and we'll talk about that one and the pros and cons of that. And then there's also the fast results. So what goes into the slow burn social media platforms? A slower social media platform are things that take some time to see results from. So things like YouTube, things like blog posts, right? Really, it's like kind of all of these things that revolve around search engine optimization, Pinterest and email list building. These are things that you put a lot of work into, and you don't see a ton of results from them right away. It takes forever to see results from YouTube, blog posts, writing, Pinterest, email lists, building, but let's just write pros and cons, and let's do pros first. Evergreens, so they're always working for you. So content that is slow burning, things like YouTube, blog posts, writing, Pinterest, etc. You put the work in and you see the results from it for a really long time. So it's evergreen. The other thing that I really like about this content, it is this content that works for you, so it works for you. And what I mean by that is content that I make, I think of it like investing, like literally investing in the stock market. If I invest $100 in the stock market, those dollars start to work for me versus if I go spend $100 and they're not working. So I like to think of slow burning content as content that works for me. Now, let's talk about cons. It takes forever, literally forever, to see the significant money results from any of those. And the other thing I think it requires is it requires discipline and consistency. You have to really put a value, like you're rewarded. By value, I mean that it's the best content that wins. So it's also not a bad thing. We're also going to put it in the pro column, best content wins, but then you just have to make really good content and you'll see results from it. So slow burn content, YouTube, blog posts, Pinterest, email lists, building, good stuff. Now we have our fast results, right things that we'll see results from pretty quickly. So Facebook, or apparently at the time of filming this, it's also possibly being called Meta, who knows. And then Facebook groups. Now this could also be like your group or other groups, and it's a different strategy to grow a Facebook group than to grow a Facebook profile and to network on your Facebook profile. So for that reason, I'm categorizing them as two different things, Instagram and TikTok. But these are obviously, there are more slow burning ones, there's more fast results, but these are the main ones we'll talk about. Pros of these, pros, you can make money same day if you know what you're doing on Facebook. If you know what you're doing on Instagram, you can literally make money the same day. Fast results, popular, so that there's a lot of attention on these platforms. There's a lot of attention on Instagram, there's a lot of attention on TikTok. So my attention is actually worth a like, and a lot of attention is a good pro. There's a lot of training on these platforms. It's pretty easy to get information on how to grow on TikTok. It's pretty easy on how to get information on how to grow on YouTube. You're going with the grain. If you're new and you're not making six figures yet, you need to be focusing on fast growing platforms. Here, the cons, lots of cons as well, lots of pros, lots of cons. The cons, as you rely on the algorithm to reward you. So if Instagram doesn't like your stuff, they won't show you to other people. Gone in 24 hours or less. So you're constantly stuck in a kind of rat race, or like a hamster wheel. Let's say hamster wheel. 0 evergreen qualities. Everyone's doing it because it's easy, it's a little oversaturated. So what you need to do is you need to ask yourself, as I'm looking at the next year and then looking at which social media platform I'm supposed to be focusing on, what is my priority right now? Am I needing to make cash ASAP? If that's the case, you need to be on fast results platforms. You can make money really quickly on these kinds of social media platforms. And you should focus on fast results platforms. Are you tired of creating content that's gone in 24 hours or less? Maybe you should be on one of these slower burn ones, especially if money's not a concern. Consider maybe collecting email addresses. For me, what am I focusing on? I'll tell you, 2022. I'm focusing on YouTube. So right now, at the time of filming this, I have a tiny YouTube channel. I don't need fast cash, right? I make over 7 figures per year with what I'm doing in my Facebook group and my email list, but I'm tired of creating content that is gone in 24 hours or less. I'm not interested in growing on YouTube, and I want evergreen. I want content that works for me so that I'm putting all my time in my YouTube basket. I want to create content that works for me every single day. If you're feeling a little stuck and you'd like some support on knowing, okay, how do I make money on the platform that I've chosen, you totally should come. Those are basically the pros and cons of using several social media platforms. And it's basically up to you to see what works best for you. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Watching, guys.